Hey guys, Jax here coming at you from MLG Anaheim, joined by Twiff from the Future Crew. How you doing, buddy?
I am fantastic. How about you, man?
I'm great. Are you enjoying MLG so far?
Loving it so far. I think it's just awesome. I mean, you get the competitive atmosphere going on. You get people coming up behind you, can watch you play. It's just very dynamic. I started playing games when I was 5 years old. I mean, all PC all the way. As far as Planetside goes, I started playing Planetside 1 in beta when it first came out. And I've just been playing it ever since. I mean, I've joined Future Crew a long time ago, probably 8 or 9 years. Then Planetside 2 came out, we picked it up, hit the ground running with it, and just we've kind of engineered a spot for us as the top DS Planetside 2 outfit.
I'm joined by NeonTiger from the Iron Wolves. How are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, man.
So you just got to see a sneak peek of the Battle Islands, which is very cool. I know we've been talking about this for weeks on TeamSpeak. What is your initial impression of the Battle Islands?
The Battle Islands look absolutely incredible. They're much more unique than going between Indar, Amrish, Esamir. They're a lot more different, or a lot different than the just daily grind we've got, and I'm really happy with them. I'm very impressed. I feel like competitive play is mostly based around infantry combat right now. I know tanks and aircraft, obviously, as you've seen in the last war report, they come into it. But when it comes down to it, infantry is what we focus on.
I'm joined by Zoidbergenstein from the Team Nuck on the Terran. So what are your plans for competition, and how much has your gaming past and other games affected your building on this Team Nuck?
I think it's absolutely affected it. We come in with a lot of strategies from other games. One of our mottos is that hard work is what's going to get us ahead. So we're on every night playing 7 nights a week, 2 hours a night for ops, and I think that's really given us advantage as far as we're familiar with every base, we have strats for every base, we're familiar with everyone we play against. So I think it's helped a lot. But I mean, my outfit has really, really hard-working people that they're on every night just as long as I am stratting. They're out there playing, and they're really the reason that we've been so successful so far.
Well, thank you very much for joining me, and guys, catch us all weekend here at MLG.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the second halftime show for the War Report here at MLG Anaheim. I am super stoked to be here. We had a great show last time. I'm Goldenboy. This is Jax. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
Good, man. Ready for our second day, a little halftime
Round
show
2
here. And at the end of this, what I'm really excited for is I think at the end of this, we have a little Battle Islands video.
That's right, guys. Make sure you stick around, because at the end of the War Report, you're going to see an awesome, awesome video showing you the new thing going on with Battle Islands. I know that Higby is super, super pumped about it. Had a chance to speak with him in great detail about it, and I think the future is quite bright, especially if you're a fan of just, being a competitor. There's just so much potential there. So, yeah, lots of stuff there. Make sure you stick around. But for right now, we have 3 amazing outfits that are going to be battling for your entertainment. First up, TIW. Also on the other side, we have Nuck and Future Crew. Tell me a little bit about these teams once again.
So we saw them all play on day 1, and we saw 3 teams defend the base. Nuck actually took their first point, so I guess if there was a winner for the day, it'd be either Nuck or TIW. They both did a good job defending. Yeah. And then Future Crew really started to come together at the end. So hopefully we'll see a stronger show from Future Crew today. But overall, I think they were all pretty good. Now, Nuck is a very organized TR outfit. They have practices nightly, and you can see it when they play. TIW's got a lot of strong individual skill. They're also pretty organized, and then Future Crew's been together for 5 or 6 years. So they have a lot of outfit cohesion, and that's their advantage over these other guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see a lot of activity from Future Crew. They were suffering a little bit there until the end when they were actually defending Jaeger's Fist, but now the objective has switched. And it is going to be Jaeger's Crossing on Esamir. And also, we are on the Waterson server, just so you guys at home are aware. So there you can actually see the fancy MLG decal. So our observer on one end is going to be the illustrious, the always amazing Axel Toss, also one of the hosts of the War Report. He fills in, so big shout out to him. And I will be following the gentleman of Future Crew, but we also have TIW. Now, you guys see enough of TIW on the War Report. That's Jax's fault. So I'm kidding. I'm
Thanks.
kidding. But the hate from Reddit Planetside, that is certainly going to be coming.
Oh, great.
Anyway, so I did give the order for these guys to actually start making their way over to Jaeger's Crossing.
And
Seems like no one
remember,
has done
guys,
so.
the platoon leaders for these 3 outfits are actually here live in Anaheim with us. We have Twiff from Future Crew, NeonTiger from the Iron Wolves, and Zoidbergenstein from NUC.
Yep, and you know, they actually have had some pretty good performance. I think I saw TWF do some work on the other war report that we had.
Yeah,
so,
Twiff is solid. Unfortunately, the halftime show 1, like, populations were definitely an issue. Every team defending had a pop advantage. I think that's inherent as part of the game. So I know the Future Crew guys were a little bit frustrated with the pop. There's not everything, you know, we can't control it in an open world game, but we do the best we can, guys. This is actually the only base on the map that was connected by L3. So that's why we're at Jaeger's Crossing, which is traditionally a very hard base to take.
Yeah.
BS are going to have a slight advantage because it's connected to their warp gate. And then NUC has the obvious defense advantage, and then you know, TIW is going to have to find a way to get it done.
Yeah, so as a matter of fact, it seems as if we do have some of the Future Crew guys that are going to be making their way over to Jaeger's Crossing. So let me go ahead and creep my way over there. It's actually really close to that warp gate there, like you had mentioned before.
So they can pull their main battle tank, the you know, the Mag Rider. They're going to be able to pull it directly from the warp gate. But Jaeger's Crossing is a very hard base to take because the points, unlike Snowshield, which we had yesterday, the points are very close together, so you can get to them very quickly if you're on defense. It's going to be a hard tower to take.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see here the guys in Future Crew telling me they have to go around to the other base that's already connected. So if we take a look at the map here, so it seems as if Esamir right now, the Esamir warp gate for the VS lingering back here. This is Jaeger's Crossing. And you can actually see a bunch of the Future Crew movement, you know, units pushing in here. Map completely dominated by TR. I mean, 100% there. The pop is actually quite startling here. The Esamir population definitely in the favor of TR. But in the Battle of Jaeger's Crossing, I think Future Crew might be in a bit of a more advantageous position. Definitely a really good unit. We take a look at the leaderboard here off the break. No one from Future Crew there just yet. Actually, it just seems to be more or less a scatter of people, but that is certainly going to change as these 3 outfits collide here.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said, Jaeger's Crossing is a very, very defensible base. But because of limitations on connectivity, this is what we chose. So let's see if these guys can overcome a very solid NUC squad.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. We're going to see if that unfolds now. You can actually see some lightnings and for the Future Crew guys trying to creep in here. And air support, though, for NUC at the very least. Trying to see, here's a Scythe there. He's actually getting thrashed. Look at this here. And you had mentioned before that, you know, Future Crew, not the biggest fan of Lightnings, but this time, or excuse me, of Mag Riders. This time around, though, certainly not the case. They have 3 Mag Riders that are going to be pushing up here on B.
Yeah, they're coming in from the side, so they're going to make an assault with their armor. As I said, they can pull their main battle tank right from that warp gate, so expect to see a lot of Mag Rider play from Future Crew.
Yeah, and some harasses here, lightnings as well. They certainly do need some repairs, though. B is going to get possibly contested here, as it is going to be the furthest point out with these 2 teams defending. C on the left, as you see it there, lots of air activity going down, and it seems as if the Future Crew guys are going to make their way inside of B and be able to get this control here. Let's actually see what's going on. Oh man, you can actually see the Max for VS end up getting crushed there. Future Crew Max. That was going to be a oh man, look at this here. So many Maxes for TR inside of B. They are ready for this attack, but I don't know if it's enough, honestly. If they get pincered from up top, that is certainly not going to be a good look for them.
Yeah, and just taking a look at the pop here, guys, the continent pop is 56% TR. They are pretty much capping out the entire continent. So at Jaeger's Crossing, it's 48% TR, 40% Vanguard, only 12% NC. The NC guys are going to have a bit of a problem with a pop like this.
Yeah, they're going to be the ones that will be struggling quite a bit here, perhaps. But you know what, though, TIW have shown that they can hang with the best of them in any situation. So if we look here inside of B, you can actually see that they are ready, and they're ready for the onslaught that that Future Crew is going to bring them. So let's see here as I go ahead and find my way out. Oh no, I got crushed. All right, so yeah. No, we do have a couple of units here, some medics for Future Crew. They're kind of keeping them at bay inside of B, not allowing them really to push out at all, at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, they're containing B, but they're not moving in to flip it themselves. So Future Crew's done a good job with armor, but they've been a little bit timid on their attacks.
Yeah. You can actually see that they're a little worried about it, though. They have a couple units out in the front. This is certainly very different from what we saw from TIW on Jaeger's Fist, where they brought like at least 20 men strong and got so aggressive. So now we can see that, you know what, VS now trying to creep their way inside, and the maxes here for TR and Nook as well. They're just holding them off 110%. What a crew, Future Crew trying to do what they can. What a defensive push here, or defensive, I guess you should say, position by the TR. I don't know if this is Future Crew, or of Nook, excuse me. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, those are definitely Nook maxes holding this point. So Nook's going to have a strong max playing B. Future Crew's going to have to get in here. It looks like the NC just got cut off. All they're connected to at Jaeger's Crossing is Invari. So they're going to have to hold Invari while attacking Jaeger's Crossing. I don't know how much of a factor NC is going to be in this fight, simply because of the geography of the map right now.
Yeah, that is certainly not going to work out in their favor. TR just absolutely dominating Estamir at this point in time. And you can see a couple of lightnings as well, some mag riders, a Sunday placement as well, which I think is going to be quite critical for them. Good Sunday placement too, right behind this rock, not able to get hit by anything, no one, and actually good defense as well from mag riders. So this Sunday is going to be well protected, and they do have some air support at the very least too. You got to watch out though for the TR air support too, because they could thrash this Sunday at any point in time. They could lose such a key spawn for this crew here, for Future Crew I should say, for Future Crew. I mean, I don't know, kind of just jumbling that one. But it seems like A, B, and C still in the hands of the TR, in the hands of Nook. I don't think that Future Crew have made any attempts to try and flip B. I mean, they pushed in, but they got destroyed right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to look at the map here. TR is about to cap the entire continent.
Oh, man, is that really going to happen on the War Report?
Which might make it hard to do a War Report, but...
well, that actually will be pretty cool to see, honestly. Right. Just a full cap of the continent, that would be pretty sick. Hopefully, hopefully some of the other people in the other servers see, like what's going on here. Amrish has a very high NC pop right now. They're sitting at 63 pop in Amrish. If all those guys make their way over, that will certainly be really cool. Imagine we just had like pop like out the wazoo for everyone. That'd be just so insane. I don't think the world would. I don't think the world is ready for that. You know what I mean? Pop out the wazoo. I said that. I said our director's questioning my my wordplay here, but you know what? Don't
I mean, at one point we all popped out the wazoo.
We're all oh, hashtag it. All right, so oh man, I'm just waiting for a director, Adam, to just hashtag it on Twitter and just be like, pop out the wazoo. What do you know about that?
So we do have over here at B, we have Future Crew setting up their tanks, but once again, they're not able to stop these very strong Nook maxes able to hold B.
Yeah.
NC's still not a huge factor in this fight. It looks like they're trying to get out of Invari Biolab, but when they try to get out of Biolab, I mean, you guys all know how Biolab defenses go. They can't even get to Jaeger's Crossing right now because of the way the map is. So TIW, not a huge factor in this fight. Not entirely their fault either, but right now it's Future Crew versus Nook.
Yeah, that seems to be the case here, and Future Crew is definitely giving them all that they can. B is being flipped right now by Future Crew at the very least, so they are able to maintain control of that one. But now they got to make their way over to C, and from the looks of it here, C is certainly going to be a really difficult spot for them to be able to take over. Looking in the cam here, you can see all of Nook actually going to try and hold down the staircase here, but a lot of the VS Maxes are going to creep in, and they are going to be able to get control of this one. And it seems as if Nook are not able to hold it off. They have one max, though. One max for the VS, one max for Future Crew, and that was more than enough there as they managed to get this control. They have it, and now B is going to go to them. So the question is, Jax, can they get C with that same kind of aggressiveness?
Well, by getting B here, they really used their entire platoon to get B, and it worked. So kudos to them on that. But if they're trying to get C, they have to leave some guys at B. They're not going to be able to strike C with the same force that they just took B with.
But do you think that they're... See, here's the thing, though, right? I'm actually going to make my way over to C right now to actually see what is going on inside of here. So we have some maxes that are one max as well, and an NG. You know what? They might be able to get this one if they pressure it, from that doorway. They have a max defending right by the staircase here. That max certainly could do some work, but he does not have an engineer defending him.
By the way, I said NC count him out of this, but it looks like they were able to pull an armor column out of Invari. NC is now in this fight.
Really?
A huge armor column is coming out of Invari Biolab, headed towards Jaeger's Crossing.
Yeah, you can actually see them right there. Here it goes. They have two Sundays that are actually going to be placed. Got to give them credit, but oh man, look at this here. It's going to be a Liberator that is going to cause quite the trouble here. Never mind, it gets taken out. So that's
the new Skyguard that they buffed to do a great job and absolutely tear through any enemy air.
Yeah, and it seemed like the Sundies were the ones that ended up taking care of that one. So like you had said before, that Sky Guard definitely coming into play here.
Yeah, so TIW is going to set up on this hill. Future Crew is going to be able to maintain their hold on B. Now, the problem with Future Crew's tactics is they're using their entire force to take points. When let's check the pop just to be fair here. So it's 44% TR, 45% TR, 35% Vanny, with 20% NC. So far, whenever Future Crew takes a point, it's involving their entire platoon. They need to use everybody.
Yeah.
TIW and NUC have done a little better job of splitting up their forces. So let's see if Future Crew can split up their forces to go ahead and take C.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that's going to be the case here. As I'm going to go ahead and make my way back over to the base and see what is going on here. B still in the control of Future Crew. And as we mentioned, C here comes Future Crew. They are going to be pushing in quite aggressively on C. They managed to have some people over here on this ridge here, but some suppressive fire coming up from the top there on that helipad is definitely going to be quite the stoppage there for this Future Crew squad. So let's see what Future Crew could do here, as they're going to try and linger down at the bottom and utilize their light assaults to kind of get the upper hand here and creep inside. This is not the smartest thing to do if you're a light assault. He is going to get thrashed by that TR Max, that NUC Max, waiting for him to come through that doorway. They certainly going to need a lot more than one light assault to take C, that is for certain.
Also, if I'm Future Crew, I'm setting up a Sunder near C so I can continue to re-assault it. It does not look like they have, I don't see a Sunder anyway. I don't know if you see one.
I'm looking right now, and no, you're right. There is no Sunder here. There is going to be one Lightning that is going to try and, actually shoot inside of C. So at the very least, try and like weaken, like some of the maxes that are going to be in there. But really, that's kind of going to be all for naught there. And I'm looking there, and you can actually see a bunch of the NUC guys still going to be able to maintain their control inside of C, if I'm correct. That is going to be the angle we're looking at right now. Looking up this hill, I want to see if I can get the perspective. There we go. So yeah, lots of Future Crew guys trying the best that they possibly can to get this this doorway. But this one Max, this lone Max, who's getting repaired by an NG, he is doing a phenomenal job. And look at here too, you can actually see the more suppression coming from two Maxes up top here. So really, there's nothing that that Future Crew could do here, just short of just straight up Zerg rushing it with 5 Maxes, and even then though, that's kind of a risk.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just taking a look over here at the NC guys, and it looks like they're still kind of stuck behind this hill. TR
they got to win that battle first before they can do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only base on all 3 continents, guys, that's connected. So we're sticking at Jaeger's Crossing, but NUC's doing a great job defending it. They do have a pop advantage, and it is one of the most defensible bases in the game. So unfortunately for us, we're not able to see.
You had mentioned Sunday should be placed on the outside of C. So you had mentioned that, and here is the Sunday that they managed to have placed down. So you can actually see it there on the camera right there. That's the Sunday. So that Sunday is going to be able to focus on B a little bit as well as go to C. But it seems like the Sunday placement there is more for capturing C than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. So they have B. They've held B. NUC has not been able to retake it. I'm taking a quick peek into B, but I don't think they have a ton of troops here. Yeah, Future Crew doesn't have really anyone guarding B. They have one squad. Oh, TIW is actually able to get in B, and it looks like TIW is flipping B. So this is what I was saying about Future Crew before. They don't split up their forces that efficiently, so they're all at C trying to take it.
Yeah, and now
while they're doing
if
it,
you switch
TIW
my camera real quick, you can actually see that now all of Future Crew, they're just running around like, they're like, oh my God, we lost B, and now they're all running into B, and they're gonna get thrashed when they go in there, so they just need to be careful with this one. You can actually see a Lightning there that ended up getting taken out, but he actually did hurt a couple of units there. Another Lightning lingering on the outside. They might be able to get B once again. As we go ahead and follow the action, as I make my way inside, there's going to be 3 actually 4 Maxes. So they do manage to get beat once again, but you know what, man? It is very true. Now that they had to divert all their forces from C over to B to reclaim that, and now they have to continue to, I guess, start where they, or I guess, pick things up where they left off, or maybe even start over to try and cap C.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were on A for a minute there, but it got flipped back. TIW was able to steal B for a moment, but Future Crew were able to resecure it fairly easily. They do roll with their entire force. Now, that may be because of the population disadvantage that they're at. They may feel that they need all their players to take points.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, at the very least, though, we saw a good attempt out of them, but man, the struggle was real there for Future Crew. They sent every single unit that they had, every boot on the ground, they sent them out there to go take B back and reclaim that once again. Now they have to work C. I just don't see them doing it here. They still have this Sunday, though, at the very least. It is smoking, so and actually I think it is going to get taken out here by these Maxes, so this is going to be the end of that one. I think they should move that Sunday more toward B, if anything. Maybe even move the Sunday right. No, never mind, it's dead. So that is the end of that one. Yeah, man, I mean, really just such an unfortunate circumstance there for TIW. Just when you thought we were going to see some life out of them, they do manage to do something there. You know what? I stand corrected. Here's TIW once again pushing in. They're the little engine that could. Nothing can stop them, unless it's just a huge pop, you know, advantage for TR. But you know what, though? Future Crew and TIW battling for C here certainly has been quite the battle.
Yeah, they are going to be completely cut off in about 5 to 10 minutes, so Zinvari's going to be taken behind them. Unfortunately, guys, with this pop, there's not much we can do about it, but I am liking the play that I am seeing out of all three teams.
You got to give them credit at the end of the day, you know?
Future Crew showing that they're a strong team, getting the kills that they need, but not moving independently of one another. And I think that's something both TIW and NUC practice quite a lot, is separating their squads and having them be autonomous units. And Future Crew, I think, uses all their guys in one place a lot.
Yeah, they're you know, Future Crew, you know, and it's funny too that they're purple, and let's actually bring up the leaderboard here real quick if you can go ahead and switch. So yeah, so you can actually see here Gums from TIW, he has the most kills here, but Nuka Bazooka, 18 kills, actually a pretty good score there. Future Crew dominating the scoreboard. NUC, not so much, despite them being in the defensive position here, Jax.
Yeah, I mean, Future Crew's getting the kills they need. It's just these pop disadvantages. It's going to be tough for them to get these points taken over. And obviously for TIW, they're not really in the fight because they're limited. Their pile up behind them is being taken.
I'm quite impressed that Gums, though, is at the top, you know.
Yeah, Gums is a medic for TIW, incredibly strong player. Quiet guy, just gets the job done. Shock FC in Future Crew's in #2 position. He's the leader of Future Crew, so it's pretty appropriate that he's up there. And we actually don't see any of the 3 players that are here live at Anaheim on the list, and that might be because they are platoon leading. They're getting a lot of that job done, and sometimes your score per minute doesn't go up that high because you're looking at the map so much.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that 100%. It's funny, you know, you had mentioned before how Future Crew plays, right? They kind of just send all their units, and I think it's pretty funny that they're purple and purple Zerg, and they Zerg all the bases all the time. I actually think that's quite hilarious.
Individual skill-wise, they have some incredibly strong players. They're getting the kills. I think they just need to work on their coordination, like leaving 4 or 5 guys at a point. Because right now they're getting assaulted at B, and they're not even paying attention to C. They're not re-assaulting C. They have all of their forces defending B, and so that makes it, that's a tough way to take a 3-point base.
Yeah, but also too, they're getting pressured aggressively here. They really do need some armor units, something to support them. And I'm looking at the map here.
Well, they're close enough to their warp gate. They can pull their main battle tank.
That's true.
You know, with the new resource system, though, they're not getting a lot of resources. TR definitely is getting the most resources simply because it's a TR-controlled continent, guys. That's just how the game works.
Yeah, and looking at the map right now, you can see here all but 4 areas are actually, I should correct that, but in any case, though, you can actually see just straight up domination from the TR. Just look at this here. Insane.
Now, Future Crew, in their defense, they're doing a great job of defending B. NUC has the pop advantage, and they have the base, and they've not been able to retake B. So Future Crew doing a great job of holding B against both TIW and NUC. NUC not able to retake B. Now, I think, let's see what these TIW guys are doing. Keep following the NC. Looks like they're grouping up at the warp gate for another gal drop. So we're going to see a Galaxy incoming here. They only have 3 minutes before they're completely out of this battle. They cannot recap anything. So
yeah,
we'll see what they can get done in the next 3 minutes. But this might be their final offensive.
Yeah, that's going to be the last push there for TIW. Certainly fought valiantly in our first episode of the War Report here at MLG Anaheim. Not so much the case this time, and it wasn't really their fault. It was just a matter of the map not really working out in their favor. Really, we did not have many options in selecting the objective because TR, they were just swarming.
There was one
continent.
base on the entire map, all 3 continents, that was connected by 3 factions. So really, literally the only base we could take, and that's part of the open world experience here in Planetside 2. Obviously, you guys should all be playing this game. Check it out at planetside2.com. It's an awesome title. I know we both love it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a really fun game, guys. If you haven't had a chance to dive into it, certainly do so. Free to play on Steam. All you got to do is load up your Steam, find Planetside. It's probably one of the, I think it's like number 3 or actually it's in like the top 3 or 4 of free-to-play games on Steam, so definitely give that one a check out when you can, without a doubt. So yeah, you can see here that NUC just I guess, swarming this base with a lot of suppressive fire and not allowing Future Crew to get any ground. But there is going to be a unit of soldiers that are going to be gutsy enough to push out. There's a harasser there. That harasser is actually going to have to run away from this battle. Let's go ahead and follow the action as we see Future Crew trying to push inside of here.
And here come the NC Gals. So it looks like NC Liberators and Galaxies.
I think Future Crew got C.
Are incoming. They moved into C. Let's take a quick peek inside of C.
Yeah, I'm looking inside right now.
They're dropping on it. Nope, they were shut down by Nuck at C. So Nuck doing a good job of holding A and C, but with the pop advantage that they have, I'd like to see them push out a little bit more. They're not being all that aggressive as far as taking B back.
So Future Crew, they do have position in this other building here, the building that's in between B and C.
TIW is now flipping A. TIW did a gal
way.
drop and went straight directly into the base. They go into the heart of the swarm, if you will.
Well, that was a pretty good strategy there for TIW. Future Crew seems like they're going to be getting some kind of control here inside of the building in between C and B, and they might be able to get something in there.
Each team is now able to take a point. TIW was able to come in, drop on the base, and take a point. So TIW has A, Future Crew has B, and Nuck has C. Even with this huge pop advantage, Nuck not able to hold all 3 of their points.
Yeah, I think they got a little surprised as well. They didn't expect that. So Future Crew trying to get C here. You see TIW, they have A pretty handily. Now I wonder how this is going to affect things, because the spawn room is going to be up top on that tower there, and I don't see any Sundays here for Nuck. Yeah, there's no Sundays here for Nuck. So it seems as if this is probably going to be a little bit of a stalemate here, Jax. I mean, if Future Crew can push out and get C, though, that is certainly going to be very interesting, and we're actually seeing the push happen right now. Go ahead, jump on board of my screen. You can actually see Future Crew pushing into C as we speak.
Yep, so Future Crew is going to be trying to take C to establish their dominance. They've been trying to take it most of the game. Nuck's done a good job of defending until this point, because now Future Crew's all over them at C, TIW's all over them at A. Nuck has kind of had a pretty easy ride so far, and now they're facing some real resistance.
Yeah, well, 3 Maxes are going to be pushing up the staircase here on C, and the TR not able to do anything about it here. You can actually see, look at this push, this Zerg rush by the Future Crew. Now we're going to get upstairs. This is where the battle is really going to start to heat up. They're going to be a bunch of Maxes inside, but look at Future Crew just pushing in there, getting the control.
Future Crew's going to take that point. They're going to take C. So now they've been trying to do it all game, and they finally achieved it. They have B and C now.
Wow.
And TIW's holding it 8. Where is Nuck here? What is going on with Nuck
with
right
the
now?
pop control that Nuck has, the fact that they lost C and B and A, they lost all 3 points. Shocked by what we see here, Jax.
Right, and I mean, knowing Nuck, they're going to regroup, probably be able to retake these, but when you're defending a base like this and you have a pop advantage like this, you should not be losing points. Future Crew's been able to hold B this entire time. TIW able to come in and take A.
What a rush. What a rush.
Yeah, this is a great fight, guys. If only the pops were even, this would, this be an amazing
Even
battle.
then, though, the story here, Jax, is that the pops aren't even, and yet Nuck has no control of this base at all. And I mean, granted, it is because they're a little bit far from the warp gate, but even then, though, they have full population control here. But you are starting to see now that the populations are actually starting to balance themselves out a little bit, at least for the NC side. They're sitting at 30% pop right now. So at the very least, they're going to be fighting their way out of here. Jaeger's Crossing, certainly going to be quite the battle here. It also, if I'm looking correctly, seems like A is also being flipped as well. I think Nuck might try and get this one back.
A, they're coming back in, and Nuck looks like they're finally going to be able to retake A from TIW. TIW's pretty much got slaughtered, and I think they are officially cut off, so that'll be the end of TIW in this fight, because I don't think they can actually cap anything anymore because they're not connected. So
yeah,
TIW's lost the ability to cap, but that was a great A push with only 14% of the pop, so kudos to those guys. And I think they're still going to stay here and kind of interrupt operations, but Future Crew holding B and C. Future Crew looking really good.
Now the question is, Jax, can they get A? Can they do it?
I mean, they can try and get A, but my question to them is can they defend both B and C and not all B at one point? So I'm looking at them now. They have some guys in B and they have some guys in C, but B is sort of a skeleton crew. So if Nuck was to push B right now, they'd be able to retake it fairly easily. C is where they have a lot of their main force. They have their maxes on this patio out here, and this balcony rather, and they're able to shoot into the base. I don't see them taking A though with this population.
Well, you know what though, the way that I'm looking at it is, it seems as if Nuck, or excuse me, Future Crew, they're trying to take this A from the bottom.
It should be noted, by the way, that Future Crew now has population advantage.
In this particular area.
In this base, yeah. So they have 45% of the pop now. So if they're going to take A, you know, it's a now or never situation. They should be going in now.
Well, you know, it could happen because they are going to have a Sunday placed inside of the bottom of A. So this is certainly going to look pretty good for them. If we go ahead and you're actually taking a look at my screen here, you can see that Future Crew, they're going to get super aggressive up top here. And this one Soldier, he's actually going to be able to take out one. This Max, look for this Max, or these Maxes, excuse me, to be a very key play here for Future Crew, as this one Max is going to be pushing up the staircase. Let's actually go ahead and follow this action and see what he can do here. But he's going to be met upstairs by another Max as well. Oh my God!
To their spawn. He's going for a spawn contain.
What a reckless move there by that Max, but somehow he managed to stay alive.
I think he thought, you know, I'm going to go up there and spawn contain, and then he got up there and
realized that there's no chance of that happening.
Yeah.
But, you know, if they get aggressive and do exactly what they did before, they can keep Future Crew at bay. They have a Sunny down at the bottom of the staircase at the very least, so they're constantly going to be spawning more units. And I don't know if Future Crew or if Nuck have been able to adapt to this just yet. I don't even think they know that they have this Sunny down there. Certainly they have to know at this point that, you know, if they keep on spawning, there is going to be a Sunny down at the bottom, but it's the Sunny actually did get taken out, so that is going to hurt them a little bit in this push. But at the very least, though, we're seeing B and C still in control. Nuck not able to make any kind of advances forward. Let's see if they are going to be able to at least get A before we wrap things up here.
And remember, guys, at the end of the episode, we have a video preview of the Battle Islands.
Yeah, I'm really stoked to see that one. You know, guys, I think you all are really going to enjoy that 100%. I'm really excited about it to see, you know, just the way that things are going to be shaping up here for a competitive Planetside. You guys are really going to dig that stuff. But it seems as if Nuck have managed to fight their way out and get A fully in control once again. So
not able to
do it.
Not able to recap B and C though. So kudos to Future Crew for doing a really strong hold on B and C. TIW not huge in this fight, but I think that's going to wrap up our gameplay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. So I mean,
cool.
It was a good battle, hard fought. I think Future Crew really was impressive that battle. They took B, they took C. TIW had some nice moments, but they really weren't in the fight simply because of the map.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate for TIW, but we did see some great play from TIW. You know, at the very least, that gal drop that they ended up taking out A. I mean, that was actually pretty cool to check out. You know, you definitely saw TIW. At the very least, they knew, hey, we may not have a dog in this fight, but we're going to be that pesky individual that is just constantly just like saying, stop hitting myself. You know, that was what TIW was in that particular encounter.
I have to room with this guy, and he just all.
I just tap him.
Jax, are you awake? Are you sleeping?
Yeah, it's
are
like,
you
wake
sleeping?
up, Jax. Wake up, Jax.
I was sleeping.
But once again, though, we want to thank all three outfits, TIW, Future Crew, as well as Nuck, and we want to thank their respective leaders for joining us here for Future Crew TWF or TWIF. You have Zoidberg for TIW,
for Nuck.
And for Nuck, and then for
Neon for TIW.
For TIW. I'm sorry about
They're all
that.
great guys. We've had an opportunity to kind of hang out with them. And
yes.
If you guys are looking for an outfit on Vanu, TR, or NC, I would send those guys tells in game. And you can obviously always hit us up in game. I'm Jax19 in game.
And I'm a GBFTW on the Waterston server.
Yep. So definitely look for us.
Yeah, for sure, guys. So that is pretty much going to wrap it up here for the War Report. But thank you so much for tuning in. Now, enjoy the awesomeness that is Battle Islands. We will see you next time.
Sony.
Guys, what's up? Jax here at MLG Anaheim, coming at you with Higby and Xander. Higby being the creative director of Planetside 2, and Xander being one of the level designers. How you guys doing?
Great, thank you.
Awesome.
All right, so it sounds like we're doing pretty good over here. And we just got to see the Battle Islands. Obviously great feedback from the players. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what they're for and what went into making them?
Yeah, I mean, we created them more or less to allow us to flesh out our Continental Conquest gameplay, and we're also using them for competitive gameplay, so they're a little bit smaller, set up to support these competitive matches that we're creating for MLG and for other gameplay modes.
Yeah, we wanted to create the Nexus and did with the idea of creating a smaller, structured 48 versus 48 experience for competitive gameplay. We're looking at 4 small outposts, 3 large outposts, 2 home bases, and you go from there. It's
There's
not
some warp gates in there.
There's some warp gates as well. Important to get to the to get to Nexus. Yeah.
When people first see Nexus, it's going to be in the MMO game. And it'll essentially be another conquest map. You're going to conquest across it, and by capturing the warp gate on the opposite side of the map, it's going to give you access to be able to transition to another continent. But for competitive gameplay modes, we're going to be creating alerts that are specifically designed for capture all the facilities on the continent, and you basically can win the alert, and that makes you win the match. So 48 versus 48 is the size that we're doing for our balanced competitive gameplay mode, but Nexus as a map can actually hold a couple hundred players. It doesn't necessarily need to be 48 on 48 to be completely full. And the way they'll connect is if you kind of think about our 3 existing continents right now, rather than being directly connected to each other, they're going to be connected through a battle island, and they'll also be connected to Hassan in the middle. So if you're on Esamir and you want to go to Amarish, you can go to Amarish by going through Hassan, or you can go to Amarish by conquering the battle island and going kind of around that way. So you'll have multiple routes to be able to do it.
When it came to actually the nitty-gritty of creating these, I wanted to do some crazier things with these and really kind of stretch what we can do with the Forge Light engine. So you'll see the Ice Cave has massive interiors in it. There's reactors, bridges going across it. And that's all encapsulated inside of an ice cave. We've repurposed like some of the other buildings in the game to do things that we hadn't previously done with them before. So we're going to see some really unique things on Nexus that are not present anywhere else in the game right now.
And that's something that we've been doing on a lot of our new maps. Like when players see Hassan has a whole bunch of that type of construction too, using the same buildings and the same props as we've had previously, but in completely different configurations that allow for a lot more kind of intense interior fighting.
Very cool, guys. I know the entire community is psyched for it. I got to personally see them. I'm really excited about it. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll definitely see you around most this weekend.